Baal Shem Tov, a great Kabbalist. What was his magic? Baal Shem Tov is known as a great and also mysterious Kabbalist. We don't know a lot about him, although there are many stories, but he didn't write anything himself, and the stories were sort of passed along, like the game of telephone, where they're passed along over the generations. Some were written down. And of course, to this Kabbalist, there's an ascription of lots of miracles and magic. What was magical about him? Did he perform miracles? If so, were they above nature? Were they just metaphorical? Were they understood differently by those close to him versus how they were understood by the public? Usually when we talk about magic, we mean the Harry Potter kind of magic. And similar to the reason that Harry Potter is so successful and popular, the stories of the Baal Shem Tov became very popular. That is precisely what people got interested in, intrigued in to this day. But those stories of Baal Shem Tov, for serious people, they were kind of a joke, because though a Kabbalist does something more than Harry Potter, something much greater, right? So Harry Potter is in a certain set of supernatural constraints by which he can perform magic. He's got to mix this potion with that potion, or say these words or those words. A Kabbalist is much higher than this. He uses the actual forces of creation that the Creator uses and starts governing reality like the Creator. So it's really something much greater. But we like these stories, meaning popular culture really gloms onto these stories of magic, like Baal Shem Tov is ascribed magic, and Harry Potter is one of the most famous books and movies. Why? Because it exactly targets my ego. It really touches the main problem between me and the Creator, meaning any person and the Creator of reality. And that is that the Creator of reality put us in shackles, confines, laws, constraints, scaffolds. He really pinned us in and made rules by which we're allowed to operate. And what we would like, of course, is to have a secret hack by which we could violate the laws of reality. That's the really cool thing about Harry Potter, is that he doesn't operate in the same confines. When he wants something, he can just make it happen. And that's what we would like to be able to do. We would be willing to pray to the Creator, do some meditation, really anything to be able to violate the laws of this reality. There's also this underlying thing about Harry Potter, as though you're going against the Creator, as though you uncover some secret. You may be able to fly, you may be able to cast your enemies into a fiery pit. You can do all sorts of things that the ego would like to do. Is any of this possible through Kabbalah or any other means? It depends on one thing and one thing alone, and that is whether or not this upper force has deigned it to be so. Meaning, has the upper force, which fills all of reality, Kabbalists say there is none else besides it, filling everything, doing everything, making everything happen, giving me the feeling that I'm also making things happen, though it is the only thing making things happen. Did it create a provision by which one can do something that is outside of the constraints of the laws of nature? Did this upper force create such secret keys to reality that you can thus unlock something that is out of the ordinary? There's a law that we need to discover. So this is what Baal Shem Tov did, actually, was that he opened up this system of laws that exists beyond those that are visible to us, and we truly feel very, very little of the reality. We are compared to the spiritual world that exists beyond our perception, we're like in a kindergarten where everything is safe and we're subject to the rules of that kindergarten. And how do we come outside of this kindergarten? That's the question.